Hi guys, it's that time again. Which is better? And it will be a Cradle of Filth special. So if you're into extreme gothic metal or just curious, then this video is definitely for you. And the two albums we're going to be looking at are Dusk and Her Embrace and Cruelty and The Beast. And before I continue, I just want to say that I want you to turn on notifications because I don't want you to miss any videos any upcoming videos, and videos on this channel come thick and fast. Also, to help out the channel, I would like you to subscribe and to also leave a like and comment your thoughts down below. Other than that, let's get into this. So looking at Dusk and Her Embrace, it was released in 1996 and it was astounding at the time, and it still remains a staggering piece of work today. The production is full and it feels warm, and it's way superior to the principle of evil made flesh. Yet there's a haunting quality in the tone that underscores the epic symphonic elements. They're all equivalent of pale moonlight upon autumnal trees. The production proves to be the best, and the band would even achieve. Even recent albums like Hand of the Witches and Cryptorania will not attain this perfection and luscious sound. And manifold orchestral sounds of the keyboards which embrace strings, piano, harpsichord, and a varied synth palette essentially provides the cinematic gothicism that characterizes the album. The perfectly mixed yet complemented twin guitar melodies to form an oral experience that is at once a beautiful, haunting yet also emotive and energized, supremely yet confident drumming is thunderous and excellent, an example of how a great drum can evolve. The guitars, apparently all played by Stuart Anstis, who would also appear on Vampire and even the following album, Cruelty and The Beast, are dexterous without being arrogant and immersive without being weepy. The tone of those guitars is just good, and of those aspects combine to create an outstanding listening experience. It's easy to point out Danny Phil's idiosyncrasies, such as his penchant for dodgy photo shoots and even dodgier t-shirts, and posterity shows that that's not very compositional over the years, and has proven to be a great one. His greatness as a lyricist and vocalist, especially in this time period, were at his peak. His high-pitched shrieks were truly unique and groundbreaking, and even the pacing and the meat of his delivery is fantastic. His sophisticated lyrics, which indulge in alliteration, wordplay, and with modern playfulness and penchant for the occult, conjure images of haunted manor houses and moonstruck landscapes and gothic romances. It is not just a literary triumph as a musical one. The songs themselves are some of the best band has put out, and of course what the album is ultimately judged upon. The opening instrumental, Humanity Aspires to Nightmare, with its doomed keyboard theme, is alarmingly compelling and access the curtain raises to the melodic metal within. The song Funeral Carpathia contains one of the most majestic sections of metal in this movement, while the song Managed Through the Looking Glass, it's a superb mid-paced track. These later moments will see tarantulating twin guitar harmonies with that swell and pre-rip to create a powerful emotional impact. The book of them, however, is the glorious musical poem A Gothic Romance, with its classical string sound introduction, varied pacing and effective crescendos. It's a story with ghastly counters, possibly inspired by a painting engaging in a romantic twist with a narrator only with sleep and abandoned dad in a cinematic grandiose like Edgar Allan Poe at his best. The way Danny adds the additional syllable in the final line, embroidered in death shadow like a swifter silhouette, compared with that line's early appearance in the song, allows the final syllable in silhouette to be carried away as if we're in the breeze. It concludes on the final beat while the haunting orchestral keyboards plays a muted and ghostly coda in the distance. It's one of the scores of clever moments that add style and relish to the whole. The artwork is evocative and stunning. The cover of a ghostly woman appearing by a river with a mansion on the hill in the background is quite outstanding, and the booklet inside the replete with haunting photographs of the graveyards by R.I.P. Simon Marston is quite beautiful. Even the font used for the lyrics and liner notes is perfect in this context. This album is a landmark in extreme gothic metal, an epic work of vision and skill, and remains as glorious as an example of metal's transcendent quality, musically, lyrically, emotionally, and classic in every way. Switching gears, we're going to look at Cruelty and The Beast. Now, this is an astonishing album on several levels. It contains the epic scope that perfectly suits the concept of on which it is based. It ramps up the twin guitar and keyboards reactions to glorious heights, and the production is suitably cold and cruel for the subject matter. In 1998, CRADLE of FILTH had a degree of stability that came at the perfect time. After the band member musical chairs of previous few years, there was a wonky change in the lineup between the utterly perfect Dusk and Her Embrace album and the imperfectly miraculous Cruelty and The Beast, and it was rival of Les Elector Smith on Ivories could have been a concern after Damien's orchestral genius of the previous album, but he lived up to every expectation and more. Similarly, the addition of GM Pies, I hope I said that right, on the guitar to join the phenomenal Stuart Anstis was a move for the best, and his contribution on this and the following album, MEMORIAM, will be warmly received. And the concept of the album traces the birth, life and demise of Elizabeth Bathory, and it demands a colder, more frail sound than the graveyard warmth of Dusk and Her Embrace. As the oral marvels themselves, the album begins with a slowly emerging haunted keys, sounding somewhat like chanting monks in the faraway hills, which bloom into a pulsing energy of fear and breathlessness, darkness. The rising storm breaks a thunderous clap and a slow-time keyboard pattern, and then Nick Barter's unmistakable snare drum pounding as the song 13 Orphans and a Widow bursts forth. Danny Paul provides the vocal performance of his life on this album, and he's out of the blocks here with high screams, deep roars like never before. It's invigorating, and the following track, Cruelty Aboard the Orchards, is probably the best on the album, with its grand female narration to begin. Danny's timing and word placement here is so smooth and fantastic, and then with a regal ornament from a far-flung nebula. The final syllable caught and carried away into the chill Hungarian air. This song grooves along with irresistible catchiness, and for a grand symphonic crescendo leaves the listener breathless and beaten before it's all over. This track is futile. They're all classics. The epic Bathory aria begins with keys and Danny's infernal whispers and moves into a metal symphony for the ages. Venus and Fear is an interlude of truly disturbing screams and orgasmic moans, while Portrait of the Dead Countess is a open keyboard with pride that allows one to catch one's breath before the final dread attack of lust more than orgasm, whose introductory keyboard melody is heartbreaking as it is simple yet effective pathos. Other anthems such as Beneath the Howling Stars and Tristan Elsa contain all the symphonic metal greatness of this band at this time, progressing through heavy sections, training guitar melodies and swirling keys. The method communicated through the lyrics is worthy of a special mention. While Danny would hit many literary high notes throughout the first 5 releases, none would ever beat the evocative excitement shown here, with his tale of Countess Bathory and the battles with the church, her own vanity and terrible crimes. Clever rhymes, puns, alliteration, assonance, and with no punches pulled in gothic horror imagery. It's possible to simply read out the lyrics in the booklet, responsibility throughout the music still mirrors